Normally, we would never make a decision same day, only because we would want to evaluate. We had already talked to 5 or 6 other companies. But, while we're sitting there, it just hit us all at one time. And after talking to a bunch of different roofing companies, nothing really stood out to us. And then one of my good friends from Florida, his name is Chris as well. I had a conversation with him. He knew Lucas and said Lucas was actually a great individual. With that, we actually got to meet Lucas, spent 3 hours on the first day.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a quick little 30, 45-minute conversation, just because our values all aligned. And I think the excitement that we both carry, Lucas and amongst the both of us, it was just just a lot of excitement, a lot of movement. It came from, like I said, a 40-minute conversation to a full-blown 3-hour conversation. All right, and then amongst that conversation, we understood that because we do have the same alignment and ideas in what we want to do, we want to serve our community, we're also serving God amongst all of this, right? It made sense because of that energy and that good feeling we had. It was without a shadow of a doubt, right then and there, we decided to do a really good partnership with him. And because we have those aligning values, I think we can serve the community here in Kentucky, here in Tennessee, and we have a large footprint. And one of the things that sticks out to us the most is to be able to come out and serve this community. We're in Kentucky right now on a church, just off of a common conversation with a homeowner out in the gas station turned into us doing an inspection. And what we're seeing is something that is special, right? Something that turns into something that's big, that helps not only, like I said, ourselves become wealthy, but it also helps our community. And the large footprint for me is where I want to be. I want to have say in every place that I am, whether it's Kentucky, whether it's Tennessee. I want people to know, one, that we're good people and we want to actually serve them, and number two, with the provision, we're able to get that big footprint because of Lucas, his assets and different amount of crews that he carries. So it just made sense, right? And the energy here is it's exciting all the time. We've got Alex, a young stud over there. He keeps us on our toes, and we're just excited to continue to grow that culture, create something that's special not only for Lucas and his company, for our company as well, and for the communities that surround us.
So that was a big thing for us. We're always looking to grow. The big thing is always, what's the path forward, right? What's going to be the end result? Where are we looking to go? A lot of people that you talk to will just think about the here and now, where our conversation with Lucas was always, okay, this is where we're going to be. This is where we're looking to go. So there's always something to achieve, right? It's not stagnated, if you will, which was huge for us. Another big thing, like Angel talked on, honestly for us was, the godly aspect, right? So one of the things we loved is that we get to do Bible study twice a month, with other members within the team, which is huge for us. We have the Psalms on the back of the hats that Lucas put on there. It was just something that really, touched us, especially when we were having that conversation. Normally, we would never make a decision same day, only because we would want to evaluate. We had already talked to 5 or 6 other companies. But, while we're sitting there, it just hit us all at one time. And, it's something that you want to do when we both have the same mindset where we're...
And that's where we're speaking on the growth, right? And in the growth, and even in the Bible, iron sharpens iron, right? That's one of the things that really stood out to us, and I felt immediately we were kind of just bouncing off of each other. And his expansion plan is something that we're really excited about, because we get to implement our side of the business as well, right? So we do pressure washing along with some of the ideas that Lucas has coming up into this season and going into this year. We can utilize our company to not only expand our side, but also expand Lucas and what we're doing here at Provision. So being able to be at the very forefront of what I would experience as, FedEx at the very ground level, getting in at this point and having someone that has the same values that are conjoined with our values, to me, it makes sense. We have the vision the same as Lucas. We're going to ensure that vision turns into a reality, and that's what Lucas wants, and that's what we want. So, like I said, those minds melding together, you see something special. You don't see it often, and when you see something like that, it's something special. And I genuinely think we do have something. And back to iron sharpen iron, and that's what we're doing, and we feel it. And that window's open, and God doesn't let the birds and bees go without food and shelter, and 100% we're feeling it now. He's definitely provided, and without the grace of God and God guiding us in the position that we're in, I don't think we'd be here. So everything happens for a reason, and we're excited.
So how we're lined up is that it pays the business, and then we pay ourselves.
But that's the beauty of it, right? And a lot of people, I do see it as competition. We do have that gritty talk every day. But the main goal, and one thing that we do want to bring into culture, and I know that's not really something that I think that has been here, and I think that is an asset that we're going to bring to the culture here at Provision, is that I'm used to being able to help others and still maintain what I need for my clientele, right? Still maintain my clientele base, still get my sign up. The first week that we were here, we decided, hey, Luke or Alec, we've got this sign up. You go ahead and take it. And that's what we thrive off, right? Is building each other up, and it's the same goal and mission that Provision has, right? Is build each other up to create success.
The last thing, just to close it all in, one of the things we did notice from Luke is that differentiates himself from everyone else, especially the amount of conversations we've had and the people that we know at different at different companies and all that, would be the hard work aspects. We love the fact that there's always something to be done, there's someone to be helped, and there's something you can be doing, right? Which is something that we noticed with him, where we're not going to be stopping, right? Or what's the word I'm looking for?
One of my favorite quotes to go bounce off and kind of go off what you're saying is, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard. I've never been the most talented. I've always worked harder than the person next to us. And we notice that's the same grit and grind that Provision has, right? That's the culture that they're bringing in. And that's something that I think that you're trying to communicate across the table, right? When you have other companies here in Nashville, Nashville has 3,500 roofing companies in the area, in the metro area. What makes us and what's going to continue to make us stand out more than those other roofing companies is we don't stop, man. We keep going. We push when others want to take a seat, right? The community doesn't stop needing help during the winter season, right? So we want to provide during those seasons. We want to continue. Spring is here, but we're already on top and on track to beat what we did last year. And we just want to continue to do that. Remember, hard work beats talent when talent fails to work hard.
And always create that name where people know that the moment they hear Provision, right, we're there for them. We're not there for an easy paycheck. We're not going to quote you, some astronomical number and then just walk away if you say no. We're going to be there through the thick and thin. We're going to make sure that we evaluate all your options, let you know about all your options, and then we're going to create the best plan forward for you, right? If we've exhausted A, B, and C, okay, we're going to look at D. But we're going to be there from the start to the finish. We're not going to leave you hanging. We're not going to tarp you and then never talk to you again, right? That's what we enjoy. That's what we realize that Lucas is striving for, right? That he's been doing for a year and a half now. And we just want to continue that legacy. Honestly, just expand and make sure that everyone knows what Provision Roofing is.
Provision's here when no one else is.
Yep.
So
I like it.
Absolutely.
I like it.